All right, have a wonderful Monday going on. I actually got to sleep in a bit, got some things fixed, watched a few streams this morning. It's been really good. Been really good. Got my coffee. Gotta have my coffee. Man, I love my coffee. I could drink coffee all day, typically. Not the greatest coffee in the world, nothing fancy. Just your regular drip stuff, but man, really gets the day going right. I hope you all are doing fantastic today. Today is our variety day, which is every Monday at 12 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. And today we're actually going to do some more Elite Dangerous, which is typically also our Tuesday stream. But we've been doing some exploration and having a lot of fun with it, and we're quite a ways out of the bubble. So we're going to see today if we can figure out a way to get where the hell we were going or sort that out. But I'm glad you're here along for the ride. Some good BS and general conversation, but let's head over there. See if she'll load up. There it is. So we're at the same place we left off yesterday. Out here in the middle of Neverland. And kind of sort of making our way back to where we came from to try to figure out another way to get where we were going. Because what we found out the hard way is that because we went up one of these kind of arms of the galaxy, the gap between here got too big and we couldn't get across it. So we're backing up. I'm going to try to back up, I don't know, somewhere in here and see if we can get across here. And then hopefully we can jump this direction. I don't know. The ship that I'm in is only about 70 light years, so I don't know, we'll have to see. We do have a puppy with us today as well. Jackson's in here with us today for a while. So we'll put that up there. And my game, man, it's back to doing that random lockup thing. I'm not sure why. Why it's doing that is kind of annoying. But I think we already did everything here. We scanned out everything, I believe. We'll double check it just to make sure. Yeah, well, that's okay. 15 bodies.
13 bodies remain to be scanned.
I think. Let's take a look. 13, yep. We've already got all these. No, I gotta get into Super Cruise for that. Don't want to jump systems just yet. Another hot day here in Central Texas. Which, typically the heat, I don't mind. It's the damn humidity. I don't want to do that. Here we go, let's try that. Gotta remember my keybinds again. Oh, there we go. We'll take a look and make sure we'd scanned all this. I'm pretty sure we got everything yesterday, but we'll take a look. Maybe. There we go. I don't know. It's all back here. We'll just scan them real quick and make sure that we did get them all. Pretty sure we did. Or somebody did anyway. But we'll check it again anyway. There's our gas giant. Couple in here. I hope we find something really exciting today. And my game's gonna lock up again. Some days just seem to be worse than others. Again, I'm not sure why it does it. Still haven't sorted that one out, but it's Windows, because the game itself doesn't lock up and Windows doesn't lock up. It just locks up all my interaction with the game. I'm not sure why that is. I don't know if it's I tried checking my HOTAS drivers and see if it was something there, but didn't find anything there. So, I'm not sure what's up with that. But Earth-like world. Nice. That's the first time I think I've found one of those. Now, obviously, someone's mapped it and been here before, but Same time, I think this is the first time I've actually found one in space. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Let's see what else we got here. There's another gas giant here somewheres. Finished up my puppy pictures this morning. Got those all posted and sent out. Hopefully get some of those new intakes adopted out. Find them great homes. That would be fantastic. Oh, come on now. I also like checking to make sure that they've checked for sites on a lot of these planets too. And that's one thing I've kind of just been in the back of my mind as I go through systems that have already been visited. I don't typically hang around and do much with them. But, you know, it could be that someone just comes in and does this and doesn't pay any attention to locations. So you could be missing locations if someone's been in there before. So, something to think about. Yeah, we're not going to map something somebody else has already mapped. We have 21 more jumps to get back in the direction we're trying to go. And we're not neutroning it back. Let's just do more exploration anyway, so.
Adjusting for jump.
Telemetry obtained. Always en route to the John Boy SL-BC-27-0 system.
But I think probably most of this route we've actually been down when we came out here because it's pretty sparse.
3, 2, 1.
Most fuel tanks are now at 89% capacity. Commander.
Pretty sparse as far as stars go. 12 bodies.
3 out of 12 bodies have been scanned. Fuel at maximum.
Yep, been here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, and the other 2 stars, 11, 12. So, yep. Onward. And my HOTUS is sliding around my desk. But I hope you guys are having a great day. If you're out there in Elite, curious what you're up to. We're just doing some random exploration, kind of chill out and chat about this and that or whatever.
Key systems are at optimal levels, ready for exit. Now,
Most fuel reserves are at 92%.
And I did not want to get out of bed this morning.
scanning for information.
I was up too late last night. 1 bodies. Watching this and that and trying to get some
Refuel.
technical stuff worked out on the site. Still got a ways to go there. But we're getting there, one step at a time. This week I'm hoping to get some more really cool stuff done for next week. Add some more neat stuff to the stream and working on unlocking some more emotes for you guys to use here and there. Which the 3-month subscriber emote, if you've been here before and you know who Jackson is, who's the guy there in the picture below, the 3-month sub emote is Jax.
Key systems are at optimal
Super cute emote too.
ready for exit. Now,
If emotes is your thing,
scanning.
let's see what we got here. 8 bodies.
6 bodies remain to be scanned here.
1, 2, 3, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Already done. So we're just gonna keep on jumping. It's so cool seeing the galaxy on edge. They do have some shader issues with that though. You can see lines in it. And that's been fairly recent that happened. I did align with destination. So picky. Why so picky?
Traveling to the John Boy KT-CD13-0 system.
John Boy. I still swear it says John Boy. I thought that was funny the first time I heard it.
Gathering information. Cartography has now been updated.
Yeah, hopefully we get less rain
17
here.
bodies have been scanned.
It's been really wet this year, and allergies going nuts, and very untypical. Whoop, here's a new one. Very untypical for the area. When we first decided to move down here, we came down here to check out the weather and all that. And while the sun here in Central Texas is very hot as compared to most of the rest of the most of the rest of the country, the humidity was always really nice, so you could pretty much just be in the shade and it was beautiful. Not the case this year. This year it's just been terrible. And the humidity has been rampant and makes all the weeds grow like wildfire. Which has made everything kind of a mess. High metal contents.
John Boy KTZD13-0A4 scan value is 387,801 credits. You
It's
should map
not
this
too
body.
bad. We can map that one if I can figure out what in the world I did with my pen. There it is. And that was D13 tag 0 A4. So we noted that. Let's see what else we got. Nothing. Nada. Another high metal. Couple in here.
John Boy KTZD13-0A3 scan value is 417,285 credits. You should map this body.
A3. Noted. I thought there was another one in there. Here, it's on the other side. Rocky. Nothing. Had a really great late stream last night. If you're here now and was here last night, appreciate you guys coming by. Really good stream. A lot of people popping in and out and stopping by. I may have to just add that to our schedule at a particular time. If that's when a lot of people are wanting to hop in. I like to be around. Monday is kind of a weird day because you're here. If you're here, you either work a very kind of a strange schedule or you're just kind of lurking from work, which I also appreciate. High metal content with nothing. One more.
John Boy KTZD13-0A2 scan value is 393,300 credits. You should map this body.
So we got A2, A3, and A4.
A3 and A4 are good candidates for mapping.
Okay. Well, let's see how far they are away. Not far. So we'll go map those out. Make a little bit of monies. And keep on keeping on. Holy cow. That was a hell of a lot closer than I anticipated it being. Do a little recon loop here. That's what I like to call them anyway. All right. Let's see what we have. high metal content. Oh, how big this one was. Alright, let's see what we got. 6 probes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One around the back here. 6. And then we needed 3 and 4, and 4 is closer. So we'll go there.
Mapping is finished. Efficiency bonus granted. Planet A2 is a low-gravity terraformable high-metal content world. The super-thin atmosphere is composed mainly of sulfur dioxide with an average surface temperature of 267 Kelvin.
Sulfur dioxide.
Bodies A3 and A4 are also good candidates to map.
That doesn't sound very inhabitable. For people, anyway. Wow, the gravity well kind of sucked, though. It's taking us a while to get over to this next one. Mr. Lazy Butt back there. He's usually flipped around, puts his legs up on the couch. I don't know why he likes to sleep that way, but he does. I don't know, I've been thinking about changing up my schedule in general. Stream schedule. Because it is the way it is right now because of previous obligations that I had that I no longer have. And while the Sunday streams will always remain the same as far as the puppy picks, because that's when we do puppies, I may change my schedule during the week. I'm just not sure to what yet. I haven't decided. Oh, I want to do that. Another 6 probes. 4, 5, and 6. Okay, that was 4. So now we need 3. Which is a pretty good shot away.
Mapping is complete. Efficiency bonus awarded. Planet A4 is a low-gravity terraformable high-metal content world. The trace gas atmosphere is composed primarily of carbon dioxide with an average surface temperature of 231 Kelvin. Body A3 is also a recommended candidate for mapping.
Turn him up a little bit. So you guys can hear him all right. That's EDDI plugin. It tells us a lot of stuff about what we're looking at, or we're looking at. Super helpful if you do exploration. I like it. My HOTAS is being creaky today. Kind of has its moods. Sometimes it behaves awesomely, and sometimes it's, I don't know, like it needs oil. I did look at watched a video for how to clean it, but the idea of taking it apart scares me a bit because I'm afraid I won't be able to get the damn thing back together right, and then it'll be much worse off. So we just kind of live with it for now. Shit hasn't been too bad. hopefully we find some new stuff today. It's been... The last time we found anything fairly exciting was last week. While it wasn't anything too fancy, at least it was something. This one looks like it has a moon. Should have ate some breakfast this morning. I'm not much of a breakfast person, honestly. And other than having like, I love biscuits and gravy. Personally, one of my favorites. If I had that, I would probably eat breakfast. But other than that, I don't typically eat breakfast. But on Mondays and Tuesdays, I honestly should, because I'm streaming. You're going to start hearing my belly rumble and all that good stuff.
Surface scanned by 50%.
Salty Life, hi, how are you doing? Hope you're having a fantastic day. I love biscuits and gravy.
Most prevalent in the thick atmosphere is nitrogen with an average surface temperature of
Eddie
100
being
degrees
obnoxious. I like sausage gravy. Like really good homemade biscuits and gravy. Sausage gravy, chunks of sausage in it. Now that's just making me hungry. But my wife, she doesn't like sausage in it, which kills me. So sometimes I have to make it and set sausage aside and then wait until she gets hers out and then put sausage in it. And, you know. She likes pancakes. She's a pancake freak. You make good sausage gravy. Awesome. Is it like the good old-fashioned milk gravy? Because that's what I make and I love it. Love it, love it.
This is your first visit to the system.
Doesn't like biscuits and gravy? What blasphemy? That's blasphemy.
Main sequence star V is notable, with higher
In my
than
opinion, that's just the
as you can see,
greatest.
it emits an orange-red light. 2 out of 18 bodies.
No, I don't. Hey, Salty. Thanks for dropping in, guys. I appreciate it. You think you're going to make them pancakes right now? Awesome. I could use some myself. Reminds him of hospital food. Hospital. What, the pancakes or the biscuits and gravy? Because if you're at a hospital and serving good biscuits and gravy, I want to know what hospital you're using. I'm starting to feel a little ill. Really? That's crazy. Hospital food. I would have never made that correlation. Every bloody day. Wow, okay. Well, you had a bad experience. I can understand that. That's the best biscuits and gravy in town. Really? Well, I hear you. If you've had a bad experience with it, I get it. Man, I love a good biscuits and gravy. I don't mind waffles, crepes, I don't know. Food in general, I'm pretty good with. I'm not super picky. My wife, on the other hand, she's crazy picky. I've literally gone to the hospital just for the cafeteria. Well, hey, nothing wrong with that as long as it's not overpriced. Waffles, yes. I have not had waffles in a long time. A very long time, actually. I used to even have a waffle maker. I don't even know where the hell it went now. We've moved it probably twice since the last time I made them. But yeah, I really like waffles too. Donuts. Oh my gosh. Don't get me started on pastries. They're my nemesis. You don't have a waffle maker. Yeah, you can get them from like any department store pretty cheap. You just gotta either find a good waffle mix or be really good at making your own. I think I used Bisquick before to make it. Didn't always turn out the greatest though. Never tried making my own. But yeah, a lot of the breakfast foods I really enjoy, which is kind of weird considering, like I was saying a while ago, I don't really eat that much breakfast. I'm not a big breakfast person. I just never have been. Unless something's just kind of there and sitting and waiting. But, yeah. See, when I was growing up, most of my family's, good old Southern cooking. That stuff that's no good for you. Biscuits and gravy and bacon and sausage and big old hearty stuff. And to me, that's all just comfort food. Love that. Not a big seafood fan though. I like fish if it's like fresh fish, sport fish, but nothing fancy. But yeah, I'm not super picky on food. Breakfast is your favorite meal of the day. That's a good thing. It's a great meal to have. If you're gonna have a good meal, a good breakfast is the right way to do it. I don't have an appetite in the mornings. I just don't have one. I'm not real sure why. What are we at here? We got one more. My wife, she actually got up before me this morning, and she came in and asked me, because she made egg sandwiches, I think it was. She asked me if I wanted any. I didn't. It sounds good now. I've been up for a while. This was the first 4th of July, and I don't know how long that I didn't make blueberry pancakes with strawberry topping and cool. Oh my gosh, cut it out. You're making me so hungry. Dad, I'm coming to your house for breakfast. Sounds good. My wife does not cook. Like, the fact that she offered to even make eggs is amazing.
This star system contains every element required to boost Eagle's jump range. Exploration class, green.
She can burn water. That's terrible to say. She just does not cook. I'm usually the one doing all the cooking. But I don't do it as much as I used to nowadays. It's got too much other things going on. But I enjoy it. I enjoy cooking in general. Even baking to some degree. I do make a really good homemade chocolate chip cookie. The really soft, chewy kind. I started as a traditional in college. I'm not the best cook. Mr. Salty is better. But I can pull a few good meals out of my hat. Oh my gosh, lasagna. Now see, my wife hates lasagna. Yeah, I don't get this. She loves pizza. Like, she is a pizza freak. But she does not like red sauce. Now, I know they're not exactly the same, but they're awfully damn close. She won't eat lasagna or spaghetti with any kind of sauce on it. She'll do like the spaghetti with butter or something like that. But man, that always baffled me. I haven't had a good lasagna in a long time either. I don't like red sauce, that's why I don't like lasagna. Do you like pizza? Curiously? You do. Now see, I'm baffled by that, and maybe I just don't get it because I do enjoy both, but between the red sauce on like pizza, but you prefer white pizza, okay. Like the red sauce on pizza and the red sauce on lasagna, while I know they are spiced slightly differently, they're very close in my opinion. It's growing up poor thing for you? Yeah, then I did too, and I think that was a lot of it for me as well. I grew up, and sometimes if you didn't eat what was there, you just didn't eat, period. Or having, a toast for dinner or something. But it can make you appreciate a meal for sure. Lots of pasta, not so much pizza. Okay. Yeah, I think that's like, I don't like hominy. It's one of my nemesis foods. I don't like the smell of it. I don't like the taste of it. Nothing. And I think that comes from when I was younger. That and corn tortillas. I don't like those either. Now I can do like a hard shell, corn hard shell for like a taco, but not the soft tortillas. I don't like those either. They remind me a lot of the hominy. I don't like corn tortillas. I mean, now the flour ones, oh my gosh. I can eat the crap out of those. Especially being here in Central Texas, there's a lot of flour tortillas around here. You grew up in Tucson? I don't know how you pronounce that. Where's that at? I used to make my mom ship me tortillas when I lived in Virginia. Nice. I lived in Virginia for a while, Richmond. Not too long, about a year. Tucson, oh, okay. Duh. Arizona. I'm showing my geography's hanging out. But yeah. Okay, Arizona. I don't think I've ever been to Arizona. Geological. But yeah, I lived there in Richmond for about a year. That was an interesting experience. Very different kind of place. It's a cool town, yeah. Yeah, it was very interesting. That's been a lot of years ago. I worked for Sears and Roebuck at the time, and they transferred me over there from the Midwest. A very big, small town. Yeah, like I said, it's been a long time since I've been there, but there's an area there called Cloverleaf. I think that's what they refer to as that commercial area. And there was a Sears Auto Center there that I worked at. About a year. Ran their back shop. And I was young then too, holy cow. I know they just said something about that, but whatever. "6 degrees of Kevin Bacon" or whatever. And it's Tucson with this residence. Nice. Yeah, I've always wanted to visit Arizona. I don't know why, I guess just because I've never been. Like, what's the heat like there? Is it like a dry heat or a humid heat or a little of both? Or there's something else in here. Okay, maybe it's not. It should be beside it. When I was growing up, really young, and I don't know why I was so infatuated with it, but I always told myself when I was young I was going to move to Colorado. Outside of Aspen. And I don't like snow, so I don't know why that was a thing. It's not as bad as Phoenix. I like Phoenix. Never actually cools down. Tucson does actually cool down at night. It's hot, but as long as you're in the shade, it really isn't that bad. You love Colorado. I've never been there either. And I don't know why I was so infatuated with it growing up. But yeah, I always told myself growing up that one day I was going to move there. Again, I really don't know why. I must have seen some show or something that made me crazy about it. Maybe it was the scenery. Because I know it's got to be quite beautiful there in most places. Not all of them, of course. Like, I've never lived anywhere. Well, I say I never lived anywhere with mountains. Ooh, Waterworld.
You should map this body.
With mountains in the background. I think when I was up in... No, it wasn't that. Where was it? No, I've never really lived... I mean, maybe what you might call large hills, but not really mountains. D131A5. Scenery is beautiful. I went there with Girl Scouts as a child and rode a train. An old steamliner train. It was awesome. So beautiful. That sounds amazing. Yeah, that sounds really cool. Yeah, I'm not huge on travel. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like seeing places, but I don't know, it's something with the whole idea of planning it all out and dealing with all the people and their schedules and itineraries and the confusion of it. I'm not a big fan of. We are going down to Mexico later this year. It'll be my official first time out of the country, which will be interesting.
John Boyd ZD13-183 scan value is 402,644 credits. You should
But
map this body.
my wife really likes to travel, and we've been married now for I think going on 18 years, and we've never really traveled anywhere. So I agreed. She deserves it. She works hard. So we're going to do that for about a
John
week.
Boyd ZD13-184 scan value is 399,013 credits. You should map this body.
All kinds here. But I don't. That'll be interesting. Where in Mexico are you guys going? It's south of Cancun, and I can't remember the name of the place now. Like I said, I wasn't real big into it. She planned it all. I just agreed to go up and get my picture taken for the passport. It's an all-inclusive resort.
Boyd ZD13-186 scan
KT,
value is
what's going on, buddy?
651 credits. You should map this body.
Glad to see ya. I hope your today's going better than your yesterday. I don't remember the name of the area. I'll have to write that down because every time I mention it, everybody asks where, and I never can remember the name of it. But it's just an all-inclusive resort south of Cancun. That much I can tell you. My sister's some elite club member of some travel group, and so we get like really killer deals on these super fancy resorts. You woke up at 2:30 a.m. Have you been up since 2:30? Or you just woke up and went back to bed? Because I was out. No, crash at 5. Yeah, I'd actually slept in quite a bit today. I didn't roll out of bed till like 9, and I'm usually the guy that's up at like 6. I just did not want to get out of bed this morning. At all. But it was a great stream last night. I really enjoyed that. We may have to, as mentioned earlier, we may have to make that a regular thing. We had quite a few people in and a lot of good conversation. My big sister has a trailer in Rocky Point. I don't have my passport, so I haven't used it yet, but I definitely plan on it at some point. It's only like an 8-hour drive. Nice. An 8-hour drive from where you are now? And where's Rocky Point at? In Mexico? Or... You can get a passport card much cheaper and it works in Mexico. Rocky Point is in Mexico. Her trailer is right on the beach. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, I looked at the card thing, but given that I have no idea what my wife plans on doing, we just got full passports. Like, I don't even know really what the hell's the difference? Why is there a passport card and then a passport? Why are they two different things? Why not just a passport? I know very little about it, apparently. The card is only for natural borders. Right, yeah, I mean, I sort of deduced that, but, you know, my question still remains is why is that even a thing? Why not just have a passport and be done with it? Like, why is that even a thing? Is there some different rules that regulate it, I guess? Or maybe it's more of a guaranteed thing? I don't know. I go to Mexico frequently, but I don't have a passport. I just wouldn't go too deep in Mexico without a passport. They're perfectly fine with me just showing them my social when I get to the border. Huh. Did not know that. Just an easier route. I think it takes less time to get. Gotcha. But yeah, I seen that option for the card instead. But again, I don't know what she plans on doing. If I had to guess, knowing my wife, because I agreed to do this, now she's going to keep on me to do more traveling, which just means I'm going to be spending more money, which doesn't tickle my fancy too much. So we need 3, 4, 5, and 6. Well, we'll just start right here. But I don't know, it'll probably be a great thing. And I'm going to get the opportunity to do a lot of pictures as well. I don't do a lot of landscape photography. It's never really been my bag. But maybe I'll have to. I told her that when we go to Mexico, I'm going to have to rent a underwater casing for my DSLR. If she wants to go scuba diving and whatnot. So I can take pictures of her doing her thing. Yeah, only like 2 hours from Mexico where I live right now. I like to go to the duty-free play. Duty-free place and pick up liquor and cigarettes. Place. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. 2 hours from Mexico. Are you in Texas or California or? If you don't mind me asking. Not trying to pry, I'm just curious. Sorry, using talk to text, no problem. Oh, you're in Arizona, okay. That's right, you said that a while ago, didn't you? Or maybe you just referenced it, not that you were actually there. Yeah, I'm just outside of Austin, Texas. So that trip to get to Mexico was probably close to 8 to 10 hours, I'm thinking. Texas is a huge ass state. Your old man is showing, yes it is. It does that often. But if you've never been through Texas, you really don't appreciate how damn big that state is until you have to go through it. It's like its own country. The state is so damn big. Like when I go back to visit the Midwest, half my trip is just getting out of Texas. It's crazy. But I don't know. I intend to enjoy myself. That's my plan. Sometimes I'll convince myself otherwise. Talk myself out of a trip before I take it. I just think that's part of my personality. I'm a bit of an introvert, believe it or not. And I don't like big crowds. I don't like crowded places. I don't like chaos. I like things to be kind of orderly. And I think the whole travel thing is like the complete opposite of kind of how I am, and that's why I don't care for it too much. Drove through Texas on my way to Virginia, and then back on the move to Tucson. It's huge, but it has great rest areas. Yeah, it does. Really nice rest areas for the most part. My best friend in El Paso too, but that's like right by New Mexico. Yep.
Bodies A3, A4, A5, and B6 are also good mapping candidates.
Which one did we just do? We did 6. 3, 4, and 5. Here's 3. Yeah, we really enjoyed here. The only downside is, of course, a lot of times I miss my family from up in the Midwest. But I was in Illinois. In my opinion, one of the worst states you could possibly live in within the United States. The climate sucks, the winters suck, the summers suck, the politics suck, the cost of living sucks, the taxes suck. Just my opinion. I like nothing. The only thing I like about that state is a lot of my family live in it. Other than that, they can have that place. The problem with it is Chicago governs that entire state. Chicago represents what? Population-wise, I don't know, population-wise, it's probably a decent, maybe half the state. But all of their laws, their big city laws, affect all the small, because a lot of it's farmland and things like that. But their big laws affect those people. And that is silly, in my opinion. They can have it. They can keep it. I'll never go back there. Other than to visit. Or to stay temporarily. New York is just like that. To all of New York City governs all of New York State. Yeah, and I can imagine. And I don't know why that is. I don't know why they let that happen. Or if they, I don't know. I don't know enough about politics and how it works to really make an educated assumption on that. So I just know that I don't like it. I went to Chicago once. I was working with a tech firm, and I had to go up there, and there was a server farm up there. They had an issue with one of the computers, and I went up there. The only time I had ever been up there, and it was a nightmare. I had no interest in going back. Now my wife, she likes that big city stuff. Why, I have no idea. Always blew my mind. I always told her that I want to live somewhere where my driveway was longer than my drive to work. That's just what I like. She's quite the opposite. But I really like the outdoors. Well, this year we didn't get to do a lot of fishing. We actually both enjoy fishing. I have a fishing boat that actually needs some attention. I need to go out this year and get it all fixed back up. Because we wanted to go trade it in on something a little bit smaller. It's a 21-foot fishing boat, bass boat, with like a 200-horse motor. And it's just for what we do here around here now, because I bought it when I lived in the Midwest. It's just too big. Too much. But we like doing that. And I like camping as well, but I haven't been camping since I've been married, because my wife says camping for her, if it doesn't involve a hotel bed, an air conditioner, and probably a pool, it's not camping. So her idea of camping blows my mind. But I like that stuff. Give me a sleeping bag and I'm good. I'll sort the rest out. 6 probes. We like camping, but we have some mountains right by us that are beautiful to camp in and not far drive, and definitely a great place to go in the middle of the summertime. That would be really cool. The closest thing I've done to being in mountains was driving up through Michigan and being down around the Smokies in Tennessee. But when I think mountains, I don't think those places, because in my opinion, those places are typically more like large hills than they are mountains. When I think mountains, I'm thinking Rockies, the huge up in the cloud mountains. That's what I think about when I say that, though. 3, 4, and 5. Yeah, that would be really cool, too. I just wouldn't like the snow. I mean, I don't mind seeing the snow, but if I have to see it for more than a day, I'm done with it. Just the Midwest kind of ruined me on that. Because it was so cold and so crappy and everything iced over and salt all over everything. And I'll post some pictures of mountains in our Discord later. We have a good view of them from the house. Beautiful. Even a ski resort. Yeah, and it's another thing I always wanted to try. I always wanted to go try snowboarding. I thought that would be a lot of fun. Now I'd probably break my damn hip trying to do it, but I wouldn't mind doing that. Again, for me, it's more, I just don't want to live in the cold anymore. I want the option to leave it. What's wrong with the salt? It destroys everything. Destroys everything. And you know what I'm talking about, but I know what you're talking about. That's funny.
Surface map is finished. Efficiency bonus granted. Planet A4 is a medium gravity terraformable.
Yeah, a lot of rusted out vehicles in the Midwest, for sure, from all that. And that liquid blue crap they put on the roads, yeah, just the roads. Gets all over the place. I don't know. Again, I'm jaded, so that was 4, and now we just got 5. But if this humidity doesn't calm down next year, I'm gonna be moving again. I don't know where. I will not move to California. I refuse to move into that state. To me, that's like moving back to Illinois. Personally. I lived in a place that got over 100 inches of snow a year. Holy cow. In Arizona, but I feel like when it snowed there, it just dumped. Then we didn't see it again until it was almost gone. So the cleanup wasn't awful. We also used lava rocks, not rock salt. Yeah, that's interesting. I never really thought about that. I like Oregon. Never been to Oregon either. California bad. Yeah, I've never been to California. I've had a friend that lived there. And, I know what little I know about it, but Again, I don't do the politics thing on this channel, but that's my biggest problem with that state. What my ignorant ass knows about it. Just everything's bad about it. But now with Texas, since there's a lot of people moving to this state, I was one of them. There's a lot of people from California moving here too. And I've heard that Austin is starting to be kind of converted into a lot of California politics, which I'm a bit concerned about, but I know enough to never live there. Yeah. Well, I'm sure there are great portions of the state, and I'm not saying there aren't good people that are, California I know is full of great people. It's just the expense and the politics and the laws and stuff that's there, I just wouldn't think I would agree with very well. So you could try Arizona. It's a red state. The cost of living isn't so bad. The heat isn't too awful besides a couple of months, but no humidity. Yeah, that's something to think about. I don't mind the humidity if it's in like spurts, like maybe this one day or this couple of days. It just rains, it's gonna be humid for a couple of days and it's done. It has been crappy humid here for like 2 months, which just blows my mind that it's been like that. So I don't know. We'll see what the next year brings. My sister's trying to get me to move over by them. They're over by Houston, which in my opinion would be worse. It's closer to the bayous and the Bay Areas over there. It's got to be more humid, unless that, I don't know. They always get the jet stream comes up from the Gulf, doesn't it? So don't you like always get ocean breeze when you're down there in the Gulf? I don't know for sure. When it rains here, it cools down. Yeah, it does here a bit too, but because the sun's so damn intense, because it's so much closer to the equator than a lot of the rest of the country, it just bakes all that off into the air and then it like doesn't go anywhere for some reason or another. I hate Houston. San Antonio was really neat. I've not been in Houston. And where my sister lives is actually, it's outside of Houston. It's not in Houston either. It's more towards the Bay Area. Off to the east of Houston. But I've not been over there to visit her yet, and I need to do that. But it wasn't until last week that I finally dumped that crappy schedule I had where I had time to do anything. So yeah, I will probably end up going over there and visiting her. There's a company over there she wants me to consider working for. And I don't know. I'm like the country, and that's not very country over there, but it pays a stupid amount of money. So I don't know. We'll see. I need to go check the area out. His wife and I have already agreed the next house we move into, we'll die in. We're not moving again. Which was our intention when we bought this house, but because the real estate market in Texas went, well, especially outside of Austin, went on its head, we decided to just do an investment home as well instead. So once we bought this new house, I don't know. We'll just have to see. We had a 5-year plan to buy the house, sit on it for 5 years, and then sell it. But the real estate market's been going up so much that maybe it'll happen sooner than that. I don't know. But I was looking all down there in around the the Gulf and all that. And there's actually some places down there on the Gulf that don't look too bad as far as house prices go. I mean, I don't know that I want to get into a $500,000 house, but the property values down there aren't that bad in a lot of places. Not too, if you want to live like on the ocean. I don't know if she would love it, I know, but I'm not sure that I would.
50%.
I'm not, I like fishing and stuff, but I'm more freshwater fishing and sport
Efficiency
fishing.
bonus awarded.
And then I like the outdoors, like scenery, woods, things of that nature.
Primarily of nitrogen with an average surface temperature of 322 Kelvin.
Yeah.
Body B6 is also a recommended candidate to map.
I did 6. Why is it still telling me 6? Did we not do 6? Oh, it said B6. That's why. Did I write it down wrong? We'll go over there and map it as well. What the hell? I don't know. We downsized quite a bit when we moved here. I had, I say quite a bit. I think this house is 2,100 square feet, I think. I don't remember now. And we moved, well, our house up in the Midwest was about 2,800 square feet. And we donated so much stuff just to clear it out. And then when we moved down here, we ended up, because we still had a house for sale up north in the Midwest, we leased a place here for a year. While we sold that place, when we did finally sell that place, we brought all of our stuff down that we had left and packed it into this. That house, that leased house was only like 1,200 square feet. So it was just packed full of stuff until we bought this house and moved here. And even now, though, my garage, I can't even use my garage because it's just full of junk that I don't need, honestly. And wow, this is a long way away. I don't know if I want to do this. But I want, and she kind of wants the same thing. Smaller house. I don't even mind something I have to remodel. I'm totally cool with that. A lot of property. I say a lot, over an acre, preferably, so we can have our puppies and whatnot. That's kind of the end game for what we're looking at doing. But, life changes every day, so you never know in the end. Wow, he's sprawled out. Nice and comfy, I guess. Man, you know what? Hell with this. I'm not flying that damn far. It's not worth it to me. I'm just gonna get out of here. I would like a 4-bedroom house I could finish out with a max of 5. Wow, entertaining or planning on a big family? That's a lot to keep up with. It's a lot of utility bill too.
Course adjustment.
Destination confirmed.
And I don't like San Antonio, by the way.
XX-X
In your comment earlier, I'm not a San Antonio fan. I like their zoo, but San Antonio in general, not a huge fan of. Austin's cool in its own way.
Completing systems.
Puppy, yeah,
Standby.
he's pretty sprawled out right now. Fill this thing up. Yeah, I mentioned last night, and I always forget to mention it. Our 3-month sub emote is an icon of him. His beautiful face. And I haven't been affiliate long enough to get it myself, so I would show it to people, but I can't yet. It's gonna be another month or so. Super cute though. How many planets did we have here? Did we even scan this place? Yeah, love the puppies. Just 2 stars. Yeah, I'm trying to do more with the stream and make it a little more interactive. Add a few more things to it. I'm not a huge fan of the camera setup currently. I don't know what the hell else to do about it, honestly. Other than window the game and do it that way, but then it ends up too much crap on the screen, so I don't know. Work in progress, I guess.
Always heading to the John Boy HD-CD13-2 system.
What are you doing?
This is your first visit to the system.
No anomalies detected.
He's such a knucklehead.
Key systems are at optimal levels, readying for exit.
fill up here. I hate my camera setup.
Stand by. Gathering
I think
information.
last time I seen your stream, you got like what a camera down in the bottom
Remain
left.
to be scanned in the
I
system.
need to find a way to strap it on my lighting.
Is now at
I
maximum fuel
think.
capacity.
Not a fan of mine either. Well, I use a DSLR on a tripod personally for my main camera. My other camera, the one that's on Jackson, that's a Logitech C920. I just don't like when my camera actually hits. I'm not a fan of mine either because when I'm talking to you guys, I'm usually looking over here at my main screen and everybody else is over here. I feel like I'm being rude sometimes. Yeah, the quality on it is really nice. We have both C922X. Cool. Yeah, I'm not... The C920, I got it because it was highly recommended and it was inexpensive and it was just for dog cam and whatnot. I'm not the biggest fan of it personally, but I'm a bit of a quality freak and I haven't played with it enough to make it good. I think that's my kind of my issue with it. But yeah, I'm still playing with all that as well and what to do where and how, and I would really like to switch
4 out of
out.
27 bodies have been scanned.
Oh, nobody's been here. I would really like to change out because the camera that I'm using as my main video camera is actually my photography camera, and I'm using it because it's, other than an older Canon, it's the only one I really have that does good video. But the autofocus on Nikons, which is what that is terrible. I mean, it's really bad. When I say autofocus, I mean for video. It's just bad. I want to get a Sony, probably the A7R2 or something like that, to change for this Nikon, because every time I gotta go take pictures, I have to tear that one apart, turn it back into a photo camera, and then go back and do it again. So I would probably switch to the Sonys for that. But for the puppy cams and maybe, you know, I might even add another cam, like a room cam and stuff like that, because like when dogs come up and they want attention or something and I'm messing with them, there's no good angle for that where you can really see the puppies. So I want to get that fixed as well. Like I said, I got so much crap I want to do. Not a lot I have done. But I think it's okay. The quality's getting better. I've added some overlays. I've added some lower third stuff. Added some OBS integrations for stuff like, you know, those little fly out things that come out now. Did some After Effects work to get that stuff going. The animated music track things I did, now that's all HTML, JavaScript. And I got some more stuff I want to add in like that, more personalized kind of stuff, but I don't know. I just kind of mess with it as I have time, because right now it's just a matter of finding a good format that's viable as far as just stream content and what we do and where we do and how we do it. Because the puppy streams are pretty big. They don't have a great following just yet, but man, I would like to get more in there for the advocacy part of it. You should start making YouTube videos for photo editing. Well, I'm not... We got a train going by, apparently. I'm not the biggest photo editor. I photo edit for specifically the things I do. But there's so many great people out there for photo editing. And the puppies the puppy stuff might be a thing. Yeah. Are you just talking about the puppy streaming? Well, I appreciate that. But yeah, I love to get more people there to advocate, you know, and just to get the word out, because knowing is half the battle when it comes to that whole rescuing animals thing, I think. And we started a fundraiser for Best Friends Animal Society, which is a nationally recognized non-for-profit organization that helps. They do a lot of outreach programs and help with spay and neuter clinics and things like that. It's a really good cause, I think. So we started a fundraiser for them that we talk about a bit on Sundays. Mainly just suggested to grow awareness of your channel here. Yeah, and again, I'm just kind of trying to feel out the format and what I want to do. Why I really love Elite Dangerous and I love the community. I don't know that this is necessarily what my channel is about, so to speak. Because I really like, you know, I like people. I like people coming in, chatting about this or that or whatever, and How a lot of the times we don't even talk about what we're actually doing on the stream. I don't know. Like I said, still kind of finding my way. See what I like doing, what people like engaging with. And the good times to do it too, because like I was mentioning earlier, I don't know if you guys were here or not, but my Monday stream and my Tuesday stream start at noon, which is a little bit of a weird time, but they start at noon because of an older obligation I had scheduling. Well, that's changed now, and I don't have that obligation anymore, but I've left it that way because that's right now what people know. But it's probably not the greatest times. I don't know. Maybe it is fine. I don't know. Most of it's a guessing game, as you guys know. Just gotta kind of run with it and see what happens. But yeah, there's so many ins and outs to all this stuff. Holy cow, here's a lot of stuff. And I'll be glad when they add more stuff into Elite as well. I have been thinking about trying some different games, for streaming some different games. And I don't just mean random games, I mean other bigger games. A lot of asteroids there. I don't know. I don't know why, honestly. I don't really know what I'm headed for here. Other than, like I said, just to build a community of great people. That's kind of my goal. The beauty of Twitch is there's people from all over the world that watch. So your time to definitely pick up viewers from other places. Right. Yeah, and I don't, that's okay too. I just don't know, in the long run, I don't know if it's going to be the best schedule for me or not with the new, with not having the previous obligations and picking up new obligations. So we're still kind of playing it by ear and see how it works out. The Sunday streams are okay. I mean, they do okay. Monday streams are usually terrible. And Tuesdays are usually okay. So once I switched my time, my viewers dipped down for a while, but also try to find different viewers. Yeah, and that's why I say I haven't changed my schedule, because that's kind of what people know right now. But it's not like I have some massive following. I have you great people that show up quite often. But I mean, other than that, I don't have a huge following, which is probably a good thing, honestly. But I don't know, we're just kind of doing it and see where it goes and how it works out. And what'll make sense and what doesn't. Scanning. Man, I really like to find something cool. Ooh, coffee's getting cold. I'm not an iced coffee fan. At all. So we're gonna have to go warm that up here in a minute. Just going with the flow. Yep. And that's kind of what I'm doing. Again, trying to just find my way, find a niche where things just kind of start falling into place and feeling comfortable, because one of my requirements for streaming is I have to enjoy it. If I'm not enjoying it, I'll stop. Or I'll stop doing what I'm doing. And sometimes that even comes with, when you're streaming and you're going for a while and things just aren't really coming together, or they're not going well, and you're like, you know what, screw it, I'm not enjoying this now. I'm just gonna hit the stop button. I've had that happen a time or two as well. Or you're going and it starts picking up doing really great when you didn't think it would, and so you keep going a little extra. So I'm going to be the little old lady that loses her coffee cup in the microwave and shuffles around the house all day with her coffee cup. Nice. Yeah, there's a market out there for everything, I think. But like I said, I enjoy the community. I think one of the main reasons I started streaming was because I was missing some of the community from the larger games that I used to play. Because you'd build such a really great group of people that you'd interact with on a regular basis. And I kind of missed that. And MMOs anymore are not, for me, what they used to be. And I don't know if it's because they've changed or I've changed or a little of both. But so I guess I kind of came, to Twitch hoping to kind of relight that community, that whole community feel. And I mean, it's been, we're getting there. It's getting there. It just takes a while.
XC28-0 system. This is your first visit to the system.
It takes a bit, but I've been enjoying the ride. Sometimes it can be a little frustrating, as you guys know as well.
Exit point telemetry.
And just the amount of work, I never would have imagined before I started streaming again.
Systems.
Before I went through the process of getting it all going again. There's a lot of crap involved. There's a lot of learning to do to get it going. It's not so bad once you get it going, but a lot of unknowns for sure. I'm gonna go reheat my coffee, warm that up, stretch my legs here real quick. I really do appreciate you guys being here. This is why I stream, to talk to you guys. I had no idea how much behind the scenes stuff. Yeah, it's nuts. And me being, you know, I was a creative director, so I'm a quality freak, and I mean, some of it's still lacking here. I know it's a work in progress, but so I nitpick stuff to death, and it drives me nuts. But I'm gonna go reheat my coffee real quick. I really, again, I thank you guys for being here. Take a moment, stretch your legs, whatnot, take care of some stuff. But give me just a couple minutes here, and we'll be right back. Alright. Heated up the coffee, stretched legs for a minute, and had the wife remind me of where the hell in Mexico we were going. Riviera Maya. That's where we're going. So, that will be interesting. I'm sure we'll have a lot of fun with it. And we needed to scan this place out. Now that I'm way the hell out there. I was at full throttle for that whole thing. Nice, enjoy it. Yeah, I'm sure I will. Holy crap, where in the hell even is this place? I'm probably all here. I'm probably just flew that far away from everything. Yeah, it should be fun. Hopefully I get a lot of great pictures too. That'll also be fun. I haven't traveled on a plane in a long time though. There's a lot of new laws and rules, and I pack all my camera equipment. Not looking forward to that. What kind of mess that's gonna be. Geological. I don't know, I've just never been that infatuated with the ocean. I mean, don't get me wrong, I think it's beautiful and I like seeing it. Never really wanted to swim in it so much. I wouldn't mind doing some big fishing. I haven't done that. I think that would be fun. Or even seeing the coral reefs. I think that would also be pretty cool. Yet another reason why I think I'm gonna rent a underwater camera case for my camera. Because if she wants to go snorkeling, and I know there's coral reefs there, I get a lot of cool pictures. I don't know. Bring baby powder to get the beach sand off your feet and stuff. That's an interesting idea. Never really thought about that. But when I was talking to my sister about, because they've been to this place many times, she basically said when they go for a week. They each take one carry-on and one overhead compartment bag. And that's it. They take flip-flops, shorts, and shirts. And that's about it. So, you should do king fishing. It's really fun. I can imagine. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see what they have available there. I mean, apparently, from what I've heard, they've got just about anything you want to do available. Just a matter of how much you want to spend to do it. The resort itself is all inclusive. Like, everything's already paid for. All your meals, adult beverages, all that stuff. But the external events, of course, cost monies. So I don't know. We'll just have to see. I don't know what I want to be up for when I get there. Maybe I'll be gung-ho about it and want to do a lot of it, or maybe I'll just be like, nope, I just want to sit here on the beach and chill. I don't know. Maybe a little of both. Who knows? King fishing is good, but if you hook a drum, you'll know it. I'm sure. Still scanning. Probably the biggest fish I've ever caught, because I've never really saltwater fished. It's always been freshwater. It's probably like I think it was like an 18 or 19 pound catfish, something like that. You know, you think you get a log on the end of the line? I have been, they call it snagging. There's a season for it. On the Mississippi at one of the dams there in the Midwest. During snagging season, basically you take ocean rods out and you try snagging fish there by the dam. I've done that, hooked into a few monsters, but I don't know, it's almost like cheating. I only did that really for one season because some friends of mine were doing it and talked me into it. Wasn't very sport-like in my opinion. So, I never did do it anymore. Drums will fight for hours. That sounds exhausting. I like a good fight. Bass, white bass. Some crappie can give a good fight. Yeah, but you can hear them. That sounds creepy. They make a low drum noise. Curious. Yeah, I don't know, I'm not sure.
This system contains every element that may be required to boost the range of the ship. Exploration class 3.
Check out those rings. They're ice rings apparently. But They look cool, the way they're rotating past the camera there. Gas giant with water-based life. First time I went fishing, I got a gator in the bayou. That was interesting. Definitely just cut the line. Yeah, I've caught like snappers and stuff where you had to do that. You just had to cut it because if you go anywhere near them, they try to bite your hand off. For sure. Never caught a gator though. Yeah, I don't know. It'll be an interesting experience to say the least. Maybe they'll have killer internet connection there and I can stream some footage. Of course, it'd be from my phone. I don't know how that would work out, honestly. I was in Mississippi.
Destination confirmed.
Yeah.
Is traveling to the John Boy GT-CD13-2 system.
Got a few gators there. That's another thing about moving closer to Louisiana as well. I mean, it's still... The place where my sister is. It's still about 4 hours from the Louisiana border, but there's still bayous and stuff down there. So you deal with a lot of that. I don't know. Every place has their own things. Like around here it's scorpions, which you don't see many of them, don't get me wrong, and they're all little. Killer internet connection with coconut lines hanging from palm trees. Right? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's presumably a really big fancy resort, so I'm sure they've got some kind of decent connection.
1 out of 8 bodies has been scanned here.
8. Oh, we have another ammonia world. Yeah, we'll just, like I said, we'll just have to see. It'll be interesting. You know, I'm one of those people that I'm not a workaholic, but I'm a busybody. So I've always got stuff going on. And it'll be interesting to not have anything going on. I don't know how I'll take it, honestly. Little one's worse than bigger scorpions. I got stung by one once. Hurt like a mother. I've never been stung by one, but from what I've found, most of them, at least around here, they're pretty docile. Like, they don't come after you or try to attack you or anything, unless you try to hurt them. Then they can freak out a little bit. But I've picked them up on a piece of paper before and took them outside and dumped them. And they just climb right up on the paper and come off. But, I've never actually tried to pick one up. I've thought about it a couple times, but the whole idea of getting stung, you know, there's that. But the way they behave, I feel like you could probably pick them up with your hand and not, as long as you don't try to hurt them. They won't do anything to you. Yeah, this one I almost stepped on in the dark. I deserved it. Yeah, if you step on one, it's kind of like bees. A lot of the bees are the same way. Not all of them, but a lot of them. I mean, they'll land. Like, I've had bumblebees land on me. They're not going to hurt you unless you try to hurt them. 2-6. It's a little ways away. Let's see how long it says here. Not too bad. Yeah, I have seen some longer ones. When I say longer, I just mean their tails were actually longer. Their bodies still aren't that big. This was in our leased place that we used to be in. And he somehow or other was in the sink, the kitchen sink. I have no idea how the hell he even got in there. But presumably, they can get really small and get through little cracks and crevices. And they're really good climbers. But usually the dogs will find them first. They'll just sit there and stare at them. You're like, what the hell are you looking at? And then you figure out it's a scorpion or something. But we've been in this house for going on 2 years, and I think I found 3 in this house at that time. It's just the babies can't control their venom, so that's why you want to worry. I didn't know that. I had a few dogs get rattlesnakes bites. Yeah, I've seen dogs with snake bites. Really sad. Because they get their face all swollen and They live, but boy, were they swollen, yeah. We have rattlesnakes around. Rattlesnakes and black snakes. And the black snakes are the good guys. Road runners, which are really cool. Because the road runners kill snakes. We don't like the rattlesnakes being around. The black snakes I like being around. We have a kind of a resident black snake. He lives across the street, but he's probably about 6 foot long. He's a big boy. But he gets all the other snakes and mice and things like that. So we like him being around. The rattlesnakes, I don't think I've ever had any rattlesnakes in or around my yard, but I do know of some that have been killed down the street. I had one time I scared the hell out of a black snake. Wife was sitting out on the front porch, and it was just after dusk, so it was kind of dark. She didn't have a porch light on or anything. And I stepped outside to ask her something, and on my porch it's kind of it's inset to the house, so the porch is all, it's enclosed except for the front, of course. And I stepped out and looked around, and I was talking to her, and I heard what I know now was a hiss. At the time, I didn't know what the hell it was. I was like, what was that noise? And I turned around and looked, and not 3 feet from me was a huge-ass black snake. And he was just letting me know he was there. And he ended up going away. But that was interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And there wasn't any sights on that planet, right? Too close. I know there wasn't any sights on it.
Surface map is finished.
We have jackrabbits out here. Those things can get huge. Really?
In the very thin atmosphere is a most
I've never seen
average
one.
Surface temperature of 199 Kelvin. You have mapped all worthwhile bodies.
You don't have jackalopes out there, do you? Because I heard those can be really nasty too. And of course, I'm just funning you. But it's funny. I've not seen jackrabbits. We have a lot of deer, whitetails. And the area that I live in a small town outside of Austin, about 45 minutes outside of Austin. And I live like, well, I don't know if I could throw a rock there. It'd be pretty close into the Colorado River. I don't live very far from it, down the street. And there's a lot of woods and national parks around here. So we have a lot of white-tailed deer. And that's one thing that's really cool, because we'll be sitting out front of the porch and they'll walk right through our front yard in front of us.
Integrity is within limits.
And they don't freak out too much. They're a little bit skittish, but they're not like tame or anything.
Gathering information. Cartography has now been.
I have a jackalope. I had 3 eyes in a pocket watch. It had 3 eyes in a pocket watch. Nice. A jackrabbit standing can be the size of a small child. Really? Huh. Yeah, I've never seen one close up anyway. Never really thought about them. We had deer that would walk through the yard in Virginia. It was awesome, yeah. I do is a tattoo on the underside of my right bicep. Oh, how many was there? 10. Yeah, that's one really cool thing around here is the deer. There are water moccasins around here. We had those in the Midwest as well. I've never seen any copperheads and things like that. I'm sure they're out there. I just don't really... I mean, I have the back of our property. Like, our house sits near the road, of course. And then I have my backyard, which is pretty good size, and it's all fenced in with 6-foot fence because of Jackson. And then the very back part is not fenced in, and it's mostly woods, and it backs up to a nature trail. And I totally forgot where the hell I was going with that. Oh, I know where I was going with that now. But when I go out there to work in that very back part where the hillside is and all the trees in the woods, I wear snake boots. Like, they're snake-proof boots, come up almost to your knees. I've never seen a snake out there, but it only takes once, right? But they're out there. But with all this humidity and stuff we've been having and everything, you know, it's pretty much water everywhere, and life is really going full force right now. You don't get a lot of wandering animals looking for food or water. I do have a little... Oh, another thing we got here. I don't know what their actual name of them is. We have little lizards here. They're green with stripes, black stripes on them. We have a lot of those around here. A couple live under my sidewalk out here. At one point, there was a hole they used to use, and I put a little sign out there for them. It was funny. They don't use it anymore. But we have those, which are cool. Those, the roadrunners, also have to go after them. So do the snakes. And we have frogs here, too. They're toads, actually. They're not frogs. They're toads. They get pretty big. A couple endangered species of frog here, too. There's a reserve, so to speak, about a mile from here. Toad reserve that's supposed to be protected because it's an endangered species of toad. I forget exactly what they called it. Shows how privy I am on all that, but vultures, which is something coming from the Midwest. I'd never really seen vultures, buzzards, till I came here, and then you see them and you're like, holy crap, those are big birds. But you know, it's its own thing. There are some. Most of the house spiders I see around here are like, again, I'm not all super privy on all the different species, but they're your typical house spider. Or I call them a wolf spider, and that may not be what they are, but they're like brown and fuzzy, and they have that little black marking on their back. Fairly common, and they're not poisonous to my knowledge.
7 bodies remain to be scanned here.
But I see some of those. I don't mind having some house spiders around. I think they're good for the house, personally. My wife, of course, screams when she sees them. But they're great for keeping out the little bugs and stuff that like to get into the house. That scan, and I didn't see it. Wolf spiders are hairy. Yeah, they're hairy. They're not. I don't know, and they may not be called wolf spiders. That's just kind of what I call them, out of ignorance, probably, if anything. 8 bodies. We'll look at that in a second. I don't want to get miles away from that. I was going to look real quick and see if I can figure out exactly what common house spiders. It's not that one. Yeah, it's called the wolf spider. I was right. Live mostly in solitude and hunt alone and do not spin webs. Yeah, that's what they are, wolf spiders. Like, I've had a couple of those in the house. They get pretty good size too. They can be a little intimidating if you don't like spiders to see them. They can leave a huge, ugly bite. I've never been bitten by one. I've never tried to handle one, but like, I remember one time I was cleaning the stove and I seen one come out, poked his head out behind the stove. It didn't bother me that much. Again, I like having a few spiders around the house because they take care of all the little bugs and stuff that like to come in. And they don't hurt you or eat anything really, but like I said, they scare the hell out of the wife. I hear her scream from time to time. And I have to go take care of it, but they presumably have burnt brown recluses here too. I haven't seen any. In the Midwest, that was a pretty serious deal. To the point that whenever you bought or sold a home, the inspector would specifically check for webs of those. Those can be nasty. Here, not so much. You know, I don't know. I'm just the kind of person I am. I have a respect for all life, but I won't generally kill even a bug in the house unless I have no choice. I'll take them outside and toss them outside. We have them here, but I've never seen one. Yeah, they like, you know, I think the thing even said they're pretty much solitary spiders. They don't. It's uncommon to see one unless you disturb them, like wake them up from somewhere. I had an infestation of black widows in the bars of my windows at my last house. Wow, that's scary. Because those are really poisonous, aren't they? I think they are. And I'm just looking here. Black Widows. Spider, I'm getting all movie references. Well, that doesn't help. Where is that even coming from, this information? I didn't want a picture of it. I wanted to know something about it. Onto Wikipedia. There's a great source of useful vetted information. Male ones also exhibit various red and white markings on dorsal, ranging from single striped bars and spots. Juveniles, patterned females, few species are paler brown and have no markings. I just want to know if they were venomous. I don't remember. Are also often mistaken for widow spiders, known as the false widow spiders, are significantly less harmful. Okay, so yeah, they are really toxic. If not noticed soon enough, I think. Yeah, I think so too. That's what I was thinking, but various species. Well, that was unhelpful. The small spiders have an unusually potent venom containing a neurotoxin, latrotoxin, which causes a condition I'm not even going to try to pronounce that word. Both named after the genus. Female widow spiders have usually large venom glands, and their bite can be particularly harmful to large vertebrates, including humans. Only the bites of the females are dangerous to humans, despite their notoriety. Their bites rarely cause death or produce serious complications. Black widows are toxic. Brown recluses are necrotic. Those are the bad ones, the necrotic ones. Those are the ones that screw you up pretty bad. Venom rots flat, yeah. Yeah, I've seen some brown recluse bites, like pictures of it, of people that have been bitten by them and didn't get it taken care of immediately, and you get lesions. Pretty nasty stuff. Did we get everything else we did? Whoops, wrong button. Yeah, they can be pretty nasty. I don't know, you know, like I said, I respect all the life. I expect that anything I go after is also going to come after me, so I'm careful handling whatever it is.
Jump into next system.
Jump in progress. Fuel is in transit to the Hakuni ADC
But, I mean, don't get me wrong,
This is your first
I'm not a
pursuit.
fan of creepy crawlies crawling on me any more than the next person. But I do have respect for them, and I don't mind them being around as long as they're in places that I'm good with, if you know what I mean. And not on me.
Information.
Fuel scooping.
11 bodies.
10 bodies remain to be scanned.
Fuel scooping.
Maximum fuel.
New system?
Fuel at maximum.
I was a spider and snake handler at my old job. If there was one in store, I was always the person to get them out. Yeah, I don't know if I could do the spider one. You know, again, I have a healthy fear of them. I don't mind them being around. I'm not a big fan of handling them. Snakes don't bother me at all. Snakes I can do. I had, you know, pythons and things like that. Nothing very exotic. They don't bother me. Spiders, I don't know. I don't know if I could handle them. That would be something I would just have to try to see. Empress, how are you doing? Great to see ya. How's your... You guys are still on your vacation honeymoon thing, I think, aren't you? I appreciate you stopping by, seeing us. And hello, Jackson. Yep, he's sprawled out. The camera's probably all out of whack. He's moved around quite a bit. It's a headless puppy. I always just trap them and slipped cardboard on them. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Again, I don't know if I could actually handle picking one up. Like, I know people, they got like pet tarantulas and things like that. Which, hey, to each their own. I don't know that I could. Again, I've never really tried, so I don't know if it's something I could do. Just a healthy fear of them, I guess. But yeah, I mean, we have tarantulas here in Texas, too. I have never seen one alive anywhere around here. Now, my wife has. She's been out, like, walking Jackson or something and seen them on the road. Big boys. I vacuum insects. If I'm brave enough. Yeah, yeah. My wife's about the same way. She sees little insects, and it's usually a big scream that comes out of her mouth, followed by my name. And then I gotta go figure out what the hell just happened. But I don't know. Some people just can be all up in their business. I don't know. Not this guy. He said snakes I don't mind. Lots of insects. If I know what the insect is, I don't mind it. But if I don't know what... Like when we moved from the Midwest down here to Texas, they say everything's bigger in Texas, and that's not an exaggeration. Everything pretty much is bigger. All the bugs included. And we have moths here that are bigger than butterflies in some cases. And, you know, the moths I don't mind or anything like that. But some of the bugs, you're like, what the hell is that? And it's huge. I used to see them on the road after a good rain, but I live in town, not in the boonies anymore. So I'm sure that has something to do with it. Yeah, probably. Probably. Seen quite a few praying mantises around here as well. Anyway, phone's dying, gotta plug it in, leaving a lurk. But gonna be silent. Well, I appreciate you coming by and chatting with us. Lurkin's loving. Thank you for that. Great to see you. Toss a saddle on the bug and tame it. Some of them, you gotta wonder. They get pretty damn big. If you could do something like that. If they're supposed to be good luck, they need to work harder. I say that. I'm a very fortunate person, so maybe that is true. I've been very lucky.
Jump in progress. Fuel is heading to the Hakuni ADC NA-AD0 system.
Yeah, I don't generally bother or mess with them. But I've seen several outside here. Front porch, backyard. You know, like I say, you know, I have a general respect for life. I won't kill an animal or bug or anything else unless I have to, or it's a survival purpose. I used to deer hunt and rabbit hunt. I don't anymore, but I used to. But you know, it was a put food on the table thing. You know, it wasn't just shoot them and be done with it. Loaded many a freezers. And why does that keep switching? Away from my D-scanner. Rabbit stew. Yep.
26 bodies remain to be scanned in the system.
Holy crap. 26 bodies, brand new system. Deer sausage is amazing. Deer meat in general, if it's not too gamey, is incredible. Incredibly good. Like, the best sausage I ever had in my life was deer sausage, honestly. Amazing. But, you know, when I was younger, you know, I was saying earlier, you know, we didn't have money or food that often, enough food that often. So, you know, my dad, he went hunting, and that's what we did. He taught me, and we did that. Put food on the table. Because meat is expensive. But I haven't been hunting in a long time. Very long time. I wish I could hunt my own food, but I just can't kill mammals. Well, you know, hunting, I don't know, it's probably something you more got to grow up with culturally, because I can see where some people might have some problems with it, or not necessarily problems with it, but not be comfortable with it. I don't like doing it anymore either. I don't know exactly when that switch kind of happened, but you know, it's just a matter of, you know, survival is survival. And if you're in a situation where it's a matter of you eating or not eating, you'd be surprised what you would do. I can't even fish anymore. I do fish, and I love to fish, but I fish humanely, and I don't keep the fish unless my wife makes me. Like, I'm a catch and release kind of guy. I fish for the sport of it. You know, I use proper gear. I don't destroy the fish or overstress them, so to speak, and I release them back. But unless the wife's around and she hates it when I do that because she really likes fish. If she sees me doing catch and release, what are you doing? It's a good fish. Well, I'm the guy that's got to clean them. That's why I don't keep them. I really do enjoy fishing. I didn't do near enough of it last year or this year, actually. Need to fix that. I feel like hunting is more humane than big slaughterhouses. Yeah, I mean, I would agree. But, you know, at the same time, you know, meat doesn't grow on trees. And the United States in particular has a super high demand for meats and things. So, you know, there isn't a good answer, I don't think. That's the problem with fishing and hunting, is I don't want to clean them. Right. Now with hunting, you can take your kill to a butcher and they'll do it. They'll clean it. And I mean, you pay more for it, which in some cases can defeat the whole purpose for doing it in the first place. But, you know, I've done it. I know how to field dress a deer or a rabbit or whatever. Doesn't mean I enjoyed it, but if, you know, it's a good skill to have if you would ever need it for some ungodly reason. It never comes to that, but those are a lot of the skills that are also lost anymore. I mean, not a lot of people have any idea how to do that. Now, if you were to close down all the grocery stores tomorrow, you got a lot of people pretty screwed in surviving. Not that I'm any expert at it, but... And I'm not a doomsdayer either, but hell, it's just smart to be prepared. Yeah, demand. I kind of wonder if there's really enough chickens out there for the amount of eggs that we ingest. That's a great question. I don't know. I tend to think, you know, I've lived on a farm before, and we've had chickens, and they can lay a pretty good amount of eggs every day, depending on the chicken. So I would say yes, but you know, you got factories that just have masses of chickens. Okay, for real's going quiet now. Okay. Well, pop back in anytime. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's there's so many issues going on. So many things we should be better at as people. We're not very good stewards for a lot of things. I grew up on farms. My great uncle had 8 chicken houses. Yeah, they can produce a lot of eggs. My whole thing was something like that. Well, first of all, chickens are filthy animals. Filthy animals. And that's my first problem with them. Is having to keep up with them. But the other thing is, we don't eat that many eggs, so it would be a thing where, you know, one chicken I think would give us way more eggs. And my wife's talked about several times, because we've talked about, you know, our final house that we do buy and want some property and be able to have animals. She wants to have a chicken coop so she can have fresh eggs. And, you know, maybe we'll do that, at least for a bit. I'm not really looking forward to it, because undoubtedly I'll be the one having to maintain it, not her. They will trample and eat each other, yeah. They're really dirty animals. But eggs are good. Chicken's good. I like good fried chicken. That sounds good. Maybe we'll do that today. I'm gonna do that for dinner today. Have some fried chicken. I might have that in a while. It's expensive unless you do it yourself, which, that takes work. Pretty much the only chicken we buy is just like chicken breasts, boneless chicken breasts, and I cook all kinds of stuff with it. We had to clean it 3 times a day. Holy crap. And a load of eggs in the box truck daily. A load of eggs in the box truck daily. A full 15-foot box truck of eggs each day. Holy crap. How many chickens did he have? Like guesstimated. Clean means get the carcasses out. Really? I've never known that about chickens, not to that degree. 500 per house. Okay, well that could be. I've never been around anything of that magnitude. We had small coops that might have 15, 20 chickens in them, something like that. Nothing like that. It was massive. Not bad. And disgusting. They're very dirty animals. Very dirty. And like we talked about too, about, when we're in Texas, there's many ways to do it, of having your own beef cows. Raising them yourself, or you purchase like half of one and with somebody else, and then they raise it and you get it slaughtered and stuff to fill your... I'm too much of an animal person. I don't think I could raise one. If I got, and that sounds stupid, I mean, don't get me wrong, if a bad situation became a bad situation, I'm sure I'd man up as much as the next guy, but I would have a lot of trouble with that, of raising an animal and then slaughtering it. I would have difficulty with that. And somebody's already been here. But that's me, Again, I know enough about anatomy of animals to survive if I had to, but I'm also very respectful of life in general. Doesn't matter what it is. It's bugs or otherwise. I don't mess with them if they don't mess with me. At least try not to. I did, however, get after some golfers once in the Midwest. They kept tearing the hell out of my yard. And, I didn't bother with them for a while because I figured they would just kind of get, do their thing and go away. No, they weren't golfers. They were moles. Sorry. And what they do, or did, at least in the suburbs, and I'm sure this is just an evolutionary thing. They've kind of learned to do this. But they'll go into the yards and they'll dig alongside of the sidewalks and the driveways, concrete sidewalks and driveways, because those tend to be the places where worms and grub worms congregate at, is along those edges. I guess it stays wetter or something. And they would constantly dig it up, dig it up, and dig it up. And I'm pretty big about how my yard looks. And I finally got tired of it, and I put down little poison worms. I didn't have them any longer, but I'm not even a big fan of doing that kind of stuff if I don't really need to. And I probably didn't need to, and that's probably terrible in general, but... we had dairy cows when I was 1 through 8. The chicken thing was 10 to 11, and rabbits in my teens. The rabbits were the worst. Dairy cows were the best. Yeah, my ex-brother-in-law worked at a dairy farm. And, of course, you got all the TV shows now. Doc Pole and all that messes with them, but that doesn't seem like it'd be that bad. I couldn't do a bunch of chickens, though. And rabbits I've never done, but I know people that have. I did used to have rabbits, but they were pet rabbits. They weren't like meal ticket rabbits. Just one. So yeah, I just, to each their own, I guess. Actually, I should go out tracking again. I haven't tracked in a long time. Whenever I used to deer hunt. That's also another skill that's been lost to time. I haven't done it in years, but just tracking animals in general and finding good places to hunt and whatnot. Not that I want to hunt, but just tracking in general is a good skill to keep.
Tanks at 92% capacity.
Scanning now.
Fuel scooping.
8 bodies.
3 out of 8 bodies have been scanned in the system.
Fuel scooping complete.
Maximum fuel.
Some of it's new. We had 30 rabbits. Grandpa grew them for food. We had to clean all the pens. And 30 of them were in a 10 by 12 shed with stacked cages. Yeah. I mean, probably at that time that was socially acceptable. I don't know that it would be so much anymore. Just now it's all about being good to the animals. Which is great. Gas giant. Nothing. Yeah, and I love horses. I really do. I've never owned a horse. I've been around a lot of them. I've interacted a lot of them. I rode a lot of them, but I've never owned one. And that's something else we thought about. I thought about getting too when we do finally get our last place. I'd like to have a good horse. I love horseback riding. A lot of fun. Beautiful animals. Get the right ones. I mean, they'll behave just like dogs or anything else. They're trained well. Good behaviors. Of course, I've seen asshole horses too. The ones that like nip at you and just be jerks. I've seen a few of those. They have their own special attitude. Done pictures of rescue horses. 4 rescue horses, should I say. And it's actually the first time I ever learned there was such a thing as a companion horse. I never would have thought of it. Like a companion horse? What? They're too big for it to be companions. No, that's the thing, being companion horses. And they're ones that can't be ridden for one reason or another.
System scan complete.
Which was very curious. Somebody else has discovered this one. Let's see what happens with this scan. If it ever comes back. Geological. Keep on keeping on. Yeah, I don't know. I really enjoy animals in general. I like having them around. Some can be a bit of a pain, like Jackson there. But what you get in return is worth it, in my opinion.
Eagle is traveling to the Dry Eye LT-XC28-0 system. This is your first visit to the system.
How many more jumps do we
Completing
have?
System scan.
Just
Stand
3.
by.
Star A is notable, with higher than average surface temperature. As you can see, it emits an orange-red light.
All 4 stars, so we don't need to stay here.
Fuel.
Yeah, I don't know. It's. I just if the. I don't know what's up with the humidity this year. I don't know if that's gonna be like an ongoing thing. I have heard something about there's been a lot of tropical storms or whatever that's causing it. I don't know. It seems like every year they find something new to blame the shitty weather on.
This is your first visit to the system.
I don't know. Global warming. Too many cow farts. I don't know. It's always something.
Scanning for information.
Fuel scooping. System scan complete.
Just the star. But yeah, hopefully it's not something that keeps on
Fuel scooping.
being an issue.
Fuel.
I think this is our last jump on this backwards track. I think. 20 jumps. We had to have traveled probably almost 2,000 light years.
Adjust.
Regular jumps, no neutrons.
Destination confirmed. Eagle is traveling to the Hyper-B AEC NP-AC0 system. This is your first visit to the system.
There's been a lot of fuel stars and stuff too, though, so it hasn't really been that big of a deal. But we still haven't found anything really worthwhile, in my opinion.
Gathering information. Cartography has now been updated.
System scan complete. Fuel scooping.
One bodies. Oh, we do have another jump yet.
Fuel scooping complete.
Maximum fuel.
Break the chains that you pull away. I feel the fear when you look at me. We've had enough of love.
Holy cow, it took forever to charge.
Destination confirmed. Eagle is in transit to the Dry Eye PT-CD13-4 system. This is your first visit to the system.
One thing I do like about streaming at noon on Mondays and Tuesdays is I almost always get transcoding.
Radiant for
That's
exit.
kind of a nice thing. Okay, this is our last jump.
Fuel scooping.
17 bodies.
15 bodies remain to be scanned.
First, excuse me, first one's here. Get away from the star bit. Oh my goodness, I got the hiccups for some reason. Wow, a lot of stuff right here. Is it asteroids? Oh. That'd be a planet. A lot of them here in one spot.
I break the chains that you pull away. I feel the fear when you look at me. We've had enough of love.
Come on, give me something cool to look at. Nada. Nothing.
Dry IMP TZD13-484 scan value is 387,985 credits. You should map this body.
That was A4. See what else we got in here. Very orange.
Dry I'm PTZD 13-483 scan value is 386,709 credits. You should map this body.
A3. A6 with nothing. A5A. That's kind of a cool looking planet. Last but not least,
Scan complete.
A7.
Bodies A3 and A4 are good candidates to map.
A3. It's not too far away. We're going to step away from just a minute. I'm going to use a little boy's room. Come back. Gonna map these couple of planets and then figure out how in the hell we can get back around where we were trying to go in the first place. So with that, thanks for hanging out and we'll be right back.
I'm walking down the road less traveled. It's harder when the sun is shining 'cause the light's not fair. I'm talking to my darkest shadows. This love is do or die, but they don't care. I don't know why I do this to myself. It's not right, but I can't love no one else, no one else. But I can't love no one else, no one else. But I can't love no one else. But I can't love no one else. I'm walking down the road less traveled. It's harder when the sun is shining 'cause the light's not fair. I'm talking to my darkest shadows. This love is do
And back, and our puppy has left us for the moment, so I'm gonna shut that off. Thanks for hanging out, guys. I really appreciate it in the conversation. Talking about a little bit of everything, as always. Always lots of BS around here. So we're gonna need a map. My desk is such a wreck. I've got sticky notes everywhere. 3 planets to map here, and then we got to figure out a route. Try to get back where we were trying to go in the first place before we ran into that dead end. I'd really like to find something. Would be nice. I mean, we've discovered lots of new systems, but there's not really been anything too exciting in them. But it would be cool to find something of significance. These gravity wells, I tell you. I don't know what else I'm going to do this year as far as vacations go. I think I just do a lot of fishing. I need to do that. I just really enjoy. Like I said, I fish for the sport of it mostly. I just like the time out on the water, even if I'm not catching anything. Just being outdoors. And my wife enjoys it too, which makes a big difference. But if this humidity doesn't calm down, that'll make that whole thing miserable. That whole process. I haven't had the boat out this year. I need to go empty the tanks in it. I think the thing's got about 20 gallons of fuel and it's about 2 years old. Drain it. I don't know what the hell to do with it though. Where I can even take old gasoline. Other than buying some containers and dumping it in there and, you know, maybe somebody will burn it off or something. Maybe the fire, I don't know, does the fire department take it and use it for whatever they do? I don't know, what the hell do you do with it? Not sure. Used oil sometimes you can take to service stations. Sometimes, some of them. And they'll take it. Put it in their tanks. Okay, that is 3.
Surface scan by 50.
At A4.
Surface scan.
Mapping is finished. Efficiency bonus granted. Planet A3 is a low-gravity terraformable high-metal content world. Most prevalent in the trace gas atmosphere is sulfur dioxide with an average surface temperature of 255 Kelvin.
That's another interesting thing about
Planet
Elite.
A4 is also a good candidate to map.
They have terraformable planets, and I'm wondering if they ever planned to do any game mechanics around that whole fact or not, or if it's just noted mainly for the science of it. That would be curious. Curious thing to see. Do planet terraforming. That's what I liked. It would be kind of cool. I mean, taken from the idea of Eve and their production stuff, their planetary interaction. That would be a cool thing to do in Elite. Something along those lines. Where you can build facilities on the planets that do things, factories and whatnot. Because I always enjoyed that in Eve. I think it'd be cool here as well. Or something like that. Or anything for that matter. Just some really good content updates. Way overdue, in my opinion. wonder if we're gonna be able to plot around that whole arm this time. Because the neutron plotter kind of did us wrong coming out here. Or not necessarily did us wrong, but we expected a bit much of it, I think. That's those, and we don't have a new destination, so...
Surface scanned by 50.
Wait for that to finish scanning, and we'll go to the galaxy map, just because I don't know if it stops the scan.
Surface scanned.
Map is now complete.
There we go.
Efficiency bonus granted. Planet A4 is a low-gravity terraformable high-metal content world. The trace gas atmosphere is composed mostly of sulfur dioxide with an average surface temperature of 232 Kelvin.
Yeah, I think we're still too far over, because I think we still gotta go way back there to get around. But, just out of ignorant curiosity, we'll see what it does. We'll leave it unrealistic. Use jet cone boost. I don't know, let's see what happens here. Probably nothing. It failed before it even got started. Can we get over in this area yet? Considerably further, but it's backtracking. Nope. I'm curious how far this way we're gonna have to go backwards to get over there. Oh, stop closing my tooltip. One thing I don't like about using jet cone boosts is that it uses white dwarfs. And those make me nervous. So we can get back there. Man, I would really much rather... Like, I don't know what we would think right in here. We'd be able to get over there. There's not much in there. How far do we gonna have to go back to start seeing stars again? Here's a bunch. And they're thinning out some. So it looks like right in here. Holy cow, that's a ways to have to go back. I mean, that's further than what we did to get out here. Oh my goodness. And there's honestly not a lot here either. There's quite a few. Still fairly dense here. So that may get us out to that arm. Oh, there's a dry spot. No, there's a few in there. Yep, And that puts us in that arm. So man, we gotta go all the way back there. Well, let's try it this way then. Let's find a star here. That's a bit sparse yet. Back in here somewhere. Okay. And let's pick a star. And let me write that name down. AFOTLS HM TAC U D3 TAC 0. Probably won't exist, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to neutron plot it out and see if there's a good route, at least to get into that area, so we can get there quicker. Wrong button. Probably not. TRYUAIHM PT TAC Z D13 4. Yeah, I don't really know if that's gonna get us even moderately close to where we wanted to be, and I'm trying to find my window here. I know I have it open. There it is. Okay, let's see if we first have where we are. DRYAUAIHM PT. Nope, no PTs. I don't know. Let's see if that other system's in here and it's listed in navigation. YUAIHM GY. Nope. There's ACs, AFs, AGs. I don't know. I'm just gonna pick one for the moment. And let's see if this destination system is in here. Really? That whole system's not even in here. What about just that one? Is that one even in here? This is what makes exploration kind of tough, in my opinion. There's no TAC W. Select this other one. So I don't think a neutron plotter really knows much about this whole area. Yeah, it's... a neutron plotter's kind of a mess out here. Distance, 8 jumps, 418. Okay, that looks right. That looks right. Now that one does not look right. 246. Well, yeah, but that's a neutron. Well, those are all neutrons. Okay. So where is this place at? that's 1,000 away. So where I started from wasn't the greatest place to start from. Okay, see, that's a neutron system though. There. And it's a long way to go though. There's gotta be a neutron around us somewhere. Just to find a system that's actually in the database. Which seems to be the problem at the moment. EC. MK. ACO. ACO is not in here. Is this place any closer? Yeah. There's a neutron there. How many jumps was that? That's 11. That's doable. Well, I guess that's what we're gonna have to do then. Z-Tech A, yeah, that's the right one. Yeah, there's a neutron there. Well, it looks like it'll get us in the right direction. Man, it's a lot of jumps though. But we'll go back to neutroning. Which could be interesting, but we're gonna go through a lot of systems to science up anyway.
Telemetry observed. Eagle is traveling to the Hyper-B AEC MK-AC0 system. This is your first visit to the system.
Scanning now.
Fuel scooping.
10 bodies.
1 out of 10 bodies has been scanned in the system.
Fuel scooping complete.
Eagle is now fully refueled.
Brand new system. Damn, I thought we was going to get an Earth like there, but we didn't. It's just a rocky. I see. Red Eye, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you. We're out. I finally have the lead on a neutron that I think we can get to further get around this whole arm issue that we ran into. It's quite a ways away though. It's about 51 jumps overall. But that seems to be the only way we can get around to that arm. At least for the moment. We can always try to toy with it as we go. See if somewhere we can skip around. So how's your day going? Good, I hope. Still working or?
System scan complete.
Working the grind. knocked my coffee cup over. That would have been a catastrophe.
Leaving system.
I'm having a fun day at work.
Goes en route to the
I
Hyper-V
bet you are.
AC0 system. This is your first visit to the system.
I bet you are.
Fuel tanks are now at 88% capacity.
Scanning for information.
Fuel scooping.
18 bodies?
16 bodies remain to be scanned in the system.
Yeah, this is all brand new stuff, so
Fuel scooping.
at least there's that. Get away from the star a bit so it doesn't block the system off. Rockies.
Hyper-V AEC JPAC0B5 scan value is 384,463 credits. You should map this body.
Let's see, that was B5.
Hyper-V AEC JPAC0B4 scan value is 396,125 credits. You should map this body.
B4. Some pretty good mapping candidates here. At least. I have my reservations about mapping in general. It's just unnecessary, in my opinion, for me. I don't need the money. It just takes up a lot of time. What the hell? That thing moving that fast? Holy crap. No, that's weird how it does that. Whoops. Wrong button. When you're mapping, sometimes the whole screen moves a bit fast. Even if you're not moving. I don't know. Sometimes you think it's the orbit of the planet. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it behaves strangely. Whoa, check that out. Kinda cool looking.
Hyper-V AEC JPAC0A5 scan value is 381,674 credits. You should map this body.
A5. Another cool look one. A4.
Hyper-V AEC JPAC0A6 scan value is 389,265 credits. You should map this body.
A6.
System scan complete.
So nothing
B5,
here.
B6, B4, and B5 are good candidates to map.
Just some mapping stuff. How far are they away? Why is my Discord making... I hate that sometimes your Discord will make a noise, but nothing ever comes up. There's no alert messages, there's no anything. It just made noises. I don't know why it does that. B4... B4, 5, and A5, 6. Well, here's A5. So we'll go check that out. Jackson's want to go out. Apparently. A bit early. Slow down, Nelly. Yep, it's definitely lunchtime. I'm starting to feel it now. Not eating that breakfast. Why is it that every planet takes 6 probes? Like, I think every planet we've seen, we've mapped since we've been out this time is the 6 probe planet. Just seems weird. So that was 5. And we get 6.
Surface scan.
Mapping is finished. Efficiency bonus granted. Planet A5 is a low-gravity terraformable high-metal content world. The thick atmosphere is composed mainly of water with an average surface temperature of 695 Kelvin. Bodies A6, B4, and B5 are also good candidates for mapping.
Man, it's getting warm in this room too. Holy cow. I got the fan on. It's supposed to be getting pretty hot outside. .94 degrees outside right now. So it is a little warm. A little bit. I'm so groggy from that crap this morning. Well, you shouldn't have got out of bed. Silly. Should have stayed in bed. Or are you saying it's nap time? Is that your way of saying it's nap time? Tried, wasn't working. I'm about to refuse to process this financial request from the head person of the company, so I might be off for a while. Sorry, work called me. Yeah, no problem. Appreciate you lurking around. We're probably gonna wrap this up here shortly. I need to fill my belly. I got a few other things I need to handle, so we're probably won't be on too much longer here. Which we have a plan now. So that's a big portion of what we wanted to get done today, is get a plan of attack for getting around this damn arm. I'm gonna go WoW for a bit, I think. Hang on, I gotta find my band button. Where the hell is it? It's around here somewhere. You go WoW yourself to death. I've actually thought about picking it up a few times, and it's only because I know the game so damn well. Makes it comfortable to go to. But, I don't know. The idea of giving Blizzard my money in general makes me cringe. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The new patch isn't horrible if you play one character. Always an if.
Surface scan.
Mapping is now finished. Efficiency bonus awarded.
A5.
Planet A6 is a low-gravity
No, that was
terraformable
A.
high-metal content
B4
world
and
that is suitable for landing.
5.
The surface temperature averages 239 Kelvin. Bodies B4 and B5 are also good candidates to map.
I don't care about their raids. Their raids died after Lich King. When they came out for that LFR, they pretty much just hosed the raids, period, so. But I'd rather check out FFXI, if I find Fortune, get a group going. Yeah, I don't know, I thought about that too, but I don't know. Like, well, kind of like you said, I can play almost anything if I've got a good group of people to play with. I don't care what it is, but the idea of just jumping back in there with myself or just you and I, for instance. I don't know, there's a lot of point to something like that. Because, you know, again, like I was saying earlier, I do this stuff in Elite and all that for the community, and I stream for the community. I like the community. I like to hang out with people. The game is just a byproduct. I don't know, I mean, I love some of the fights since Wrath, but it's mostly the people. Yeah, I don't know. I played that damn game for so long that I came accustomed to and enjoyed certain kinds of gameplay out of it, and then when they just completely turned it on its head, I wasn't the biggest fan. And that's, you know what? I'm not going there. That's just too damn far. We're just gonna get the hell out of here. Yeah, I like the 5-man content anymore as far as that game goes. I'm good with 5-man content in general. If I could get a good group of people,
Jump into
4 other
next
people
system.
Telemetry of
that was interested in doing some fun
IPAC
5-man
at
stuff,
AC0
I would do
system.
it.
This is your
I'd
first
stream
visit
it
to the
too.
system.
Exit
But
destination
finding those
confirmed.
people
Arrival in
is a problem
4,
most of the time.
3, 2, 1.
See, that's why you should join me. The new super dungeon comes out. What the hell's a super dungeon? And join you in what?
1 out of 13 bodies has been scanned.
Mythic only. It has like 8 bot. Yeah, but they've done that shit before. It'll be mythic for a month, and then it'll be mythic and heroic for a month, and then it'll be open to the public. Period. Mechagon? Is it a gnome place? That's what it sounds like. Yes. Is it like Gnomergan?
1 out of 13
2.0?
bodies has been scanned.
My eyes itching me. Fight King Mechagon. Like I said, you know, if I had a good group of people to play with, it would be one thing. But the fact that it would just be myself or myself and you, no pun intended there, but then you're pugging it and screw pugs. Sorry, that may sound harsh. Kibble's always on. He's played that game forever and a day. But he's probably on a different server again. He bounces around servers everywhere. And actually, you're probably even on different servers. Oh, shit. Oh, something here. So if it's anything of interest. I'm Horde again. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I prefer Horde, honestly. Personally, '44 geological. Yeah, and I'm one of the druid again, not the lock. What kind of druid are you tanking or healing or? Why does it make you mad? You picked it. DPS and heals. Cool. Scanning. Yeah, I really miss a lot of the good people we played with back in the day. Because to me it's about the people and the community. The game's just a byproduct. I picked it because Locke was gonna unlock allied races for Alliance, but it's too much shit to do for all. Yeah. Yeah, I hear you there. For sure. Scanning. Yeah, I just don't know if I could do it. Like I said, without a good, solid at least 4 other people, preferably 5 or 6, that were interested in going in and doing just like 5-man stuff, like really hard 5-man content, because screw the raids. Just for the fun of doing it, challenge of doing it, doing mythics and whatnot. That'd be cool. I could probably do that, at least for a while. Scanning. Come on, give me something neat and cool to look at. Well, I came back this expansion for friends, and they scattered and hopped servers and shit. Well, that's typical of that game, which is why I just said what I said about people. I mean, Lucas would probably be I don't know what his schedule is, though. Or what he'd probably just want to DPS his warrior, which I assume is just as bad now as it ever been. And I don't really know anybody else playing it anymore, honestly. All the people that I played with pretty much stopped playing it. Scanning. Yeah, since I really like my shaman too. And he's totally changed up enhancement on that. It's kind of, I didn't care for it either. Fury is 50, is that rank? Enhancement's always broken. It's always been broken since it's been an ability or been a build. It's broken. Really strong. That's relative because of the way the build works. Well, it's just like any other build. It's very fight dependent. If you're talking about like raid stuff, if you're talking about just general questing and trash, yeah, it's always been pretty decent, but. It's also had it's always had a lot of issues. It's really strong if you can stand still and do your thing. If you can't do that, it's useless. So, but like a lot of other builds, it's just situation dependent. There is a new thing where when you're hitting stuff, it randomly pops out chain lightning. Oh yeah, the RNG classes are awesome.
Destination confirmed. People is in transit to the Hakui AEC-KV-YC0 system. This is your first visit to the system.
I hate RNG stuff. Drives me insane.
Fuel tanks are at 89%, Commander.
Scanning now.
Fuel scooping. System scan complete.
It was that way with the Rogue a while back too.
Refuel.
That what did they call that ability? It's that poison shit that hits the ground. What was that called? From the Rogue build? But that was RNG based. And that Rogue was useless. Utter trash unless that procced. And if that procced, you were slaughtering everything for the duration, and then it went back to useless again. That kind of shit pissed me off. That's why I stopped playing. No, it wasn't Outlaw. It was Assassination. Assassination build. There's an ability in there that dropped poison puddles. And that kind of shit irritate the crap out of me about that game. A class build that's built around RNG, I don't even understand the logic in that. I really don't.
Telemetry obtained. Eagle is in transit to the Hyper-E AEC NV-XC1-0 system.
Oh, the
System
Outlaw
reverse
one.
the system.
Yeah, I don't know. I never really played Outlaw. Played Assassination.
Engaging
That was.
exit protocol.
That's what I always enjoyed playing with the Rogue.
Scanning.
But yeah, whenever your class can't perform when your RNGs don't proc, that kind of stuff pisses me off.
2 out of 12 bodies have been scanned.
Because that does not reward skill at all. It doesn't reward you for
Maximum fuel.
playing properly. It rewards you for standing there is what it does. And that's just stupid. The old Combat Rogue. Yeah, I remember those. I played that. I rated that, actually. And Subtlety. I think I did Subtlety as well. Like I said, it used to be really. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the game when the
12
game
bodies have been
was
scanned.
based a lot around skill. But of course, it wasn't near as mainstream when it was, because a lot of people wouldn't get into it because they just weren't gamers and didn't really get into it that much. They just wanted to come in and have fun, but they wanted access to all the top tier content. Well, that's when Blizzard decided, and again, this is all my personal opinion, but I was with the damn game long enough that I think my opinion has some validity to it. But their idea was to mainstream it because they wanted to milk that cash cow. So they wanted more people in it. When the people got in, and then they started getting so much instant gratification stuff added into the game that it even went more mainstream. And then everybody kept crying that they wanted access to more stuff. So Blizzard started making excuses about how they wanted to make content more accessible to people, and that's why they were nerfing everything down and making it so easy to get to. They were just milking the cow, and they made the gameplay terrible, in my opinion, and that's kind of why I stopped playing. But I have a love-hate relationship with it. It's not that I have anything against Blizzard directly, or I have anything against the game specifically. It's just more of the way it went, the way everything went down. And then that whole Diablo phone crap. What the hell is wrong with those people? That blew my mind along with everybody else's. I don't know what genius came up with that whole thing. I mean, I have no problem if they want to launch a game on mobile. Fine. You know, there's a big market for it. But exclusively? Slap yourself. That's stupid. I'd say the classes are all pretty even if you're good at the class. They're adding some buttons back and such. Still pretty cookie cutter compared to Wrath. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't played the game in a long time. I canceled my sub several years ago. I haven't been back. But I'm very comfortable with the game. I don't have any problems playing it. And even enjoying it to some degree. But the thing was the in-game end of it. If you don't have a good small crew of people to do stuff with, it just falls on its face and you're stuck leveling ults and whatnot. But then even when you find good people to play with, that's usually short-lived until they either find other places to go or stop playing or whatever. There's something else here somewhere. The Final Fantasy... I love their class system and I love their crafting system. I don't like the game. And I know that's not a popular thing to say, but for me, that's what it is. I don't like the overall style of the game. It's very Eastern. Not that I have any problem with Eastern-themed games, but it just always feels weird to me. And I'm not as big of a fan of it, personally. I love the class system, though. And the crafting is a hell of a lot of fun. I think. And then, the crafting in WoW. That turned into a joke. One of the big turning points in that game as well, I think,
Destination confirmed.
whenever, as far as WoW is concerned, when they implemented reforging initially. I don't remember what expansion that was.
Fuel tanks are now at 91%.
That was, in my opinion,
For information.
one of the best damn things they ever put in that game as far as external mechanics go. Class tweaking.
1 out of 9 bodies has been scanned.
And then they turned around a couple years later and took it out, saying that it made playing the game too difficult for casual people because they didn't really understand. It put too many variables in there. And I wasn't a fan of it, but I was like, okay, all right, fine. I kind of get it. It can be a pain if you don't have some idea what you're doing. And then a year or so later, they turn around and they put gear in that does the same damn thing. The only difference is they pick it instead of you. Give me a fucking break. That company is so full of shit when they say things are put in for a reason. That they're 90% of the time, either the person that's saying it doesn't know any better, or they're just completely full of shit. And that's what irritates me about the game. You know, I was passionate about the game for a long time. But that's the kind of stuff. I understand they do things for certain reasons. It's a business. You got to make money. If you can't make money, you can't run the business. I get it. Believe me, I get it. Totally understand that. Don't have a problem with it. But don't lie to me to do it. Don't try to coddle me into what you're trying to do. Just be straight and honest about it. Hey, we're going to do this because we need to generate more revenue from it. It's just plain and simple business. Okay, I get it. That I'd be all right with, but the lying to me shit just drives me nuts. I definitely did the classes and crafting right in Final Fantasy. I don't mind the story because I grew up with it and can never find a decent group, but I can never find a decent group to play with. That's the problem in all of them, in my opinion. That's pretty much a problem in all of them. Like I said, for me, I can play almost anything if I can play it with the right group of people. The problem is there isn't really any groups of people anymore anywhere to play with. So it's kind of why I also fell into streaming, was to get, more people to conversate with and rebuild some of that community. But as far as games go, I never really had a particular preference. Just whatever was fun. 9. This is all new.
1 out of 9 bodies has been scanned.
But, to each their own. Everybody plays for different reasons. I liked it. WoW was one of the few games I PvP'd in and enjoyed it. WoW and oh wow, I just drew a blank. The other game, I can't remember the damn name of it now. You want to stream it because you wanted to share that smooth Bob Ross voice. No, not really. I mean, it's. I've heard that a few times and I'm flattered, but that wasn't really why. It was just, I like gaming and I like the community of gaming and I like to talk about it. But as far as what we play, I don't really have a preference there. I happen to like the Elite community. I enjoy the game, but as you can see, and as you will see in most streams,
CLBXC1-11 scan value is 383,049 credits.
yeah, I don't care. I'm not mapping it. The multiplayer end of it is a little bit lackluster, in my opinion. They need more of that. They need more purpose behind the multiplayer stuff to make it more engaging. But outside of that, it's a pretty fun and pretty cool game. I don't have a problem with really any good game. But like you said, finding the right people to do it with is a challenge. You overlooked the set. Let's be honest, Jackson is the real streamer. He is. He's not in here right now, though. He wanted to go out earlier, so he's out there. Yeah, he's the, he's the whole thing. He's the salesman of the whole stream. Where the hell is this thing at? It's just some ices too, but they're not in, oh, here it is. Way the hell out here.
System scan.
And done.
Body 1 is a recommended mapping candidate.
Still 5 jumps. But yeah, I've been gaming for so long that it's always been a part of me, and I'll always do it. I like sharing the experience with other people. I like having other people along for the ride. I like doing things that are fun in the game. I like doing things that are challenging in the games as well.
Jump in progress. Vehicle is traveling to the Hyper-E ADC KB-XC1-0
PvP, as far as PvP goes, that's always some generally decent content, but there's very few games I enjoy the PvP in. WoW was one of them I enjoyed the PvP in. One of the few. Not like arena style crap. I'm just talking general battlegrounds, having fun, going with friends,
higher than average surface temperature. As you
getting
can
our
see,
asses
units glow
kicked,
orange light.
and just enjoying ourselves. But games like
Bodies remain to be scanned through the system.
for PvP and Elite, I never really enjoyed the concept of it in general. Eve could be okay at times, depending whether or not you were getting mobbed or it was an actual fight. There's lots of stuff here to scan. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I'd like to find good people to play with and play whatever. PoE would be a great game if it didn't have the damn leveling in it. I mean, or if it had a different leveling method in it. Hell, I don't know. I enjoy the game once you get up to raw maps, but the leveling process to me it ruins that whole game. For me. Did you see my comment the other day about the leveling? Yeah, but that doesn't really tell me anything. They're looking to change it. Well, I mean, if what it currently is any indication of what they think the leveling process should be, it's not going to be anything that's going to satisfy me. Not that my expectations are realistic, but I don't mind storyline in a game. I actually encourage it in a lot of cases, but to force you to shove it down your throat every season, to me, is dumb. You can be power leveled now. Oh, I didn't see that part. Must have missed that one. Come on. But I like the concept. Hey, Impoverished, what's going on? Hope you had a good nap. You're feeling better. I know you weren't feeling very good earlier. One of the things I did like that Blizzard did is when they implemented mythics and level of mythics and stuff like that. I really enjoy that mechanic, and I like the difficulty levels of that, and I like the challenge of doing that. It's one of the few MMOs I think that have done that successfully. But, like you were saying, you gotta have the right team of people to pull that stuff off generally. More scanning. Well, man, we're just not finding anything cool, which is frustrating. We haven't been streaming too long today. Probably not gonna go too much longer though. I'm starving for one. I need to go get some food. I should have eaten breakfast. That's what I should have done. That's what I should have done. We're getting lots of new systems, but I would really like to find something cool. Scanning. Geologicals, unfortunately.
System scan complete.
This star system contains every element that can be found from surface prospecting. Exploration class, gold.
Exploration class, what? I don't know if he said gold or he said something else. Unfortunately, I don't print any of that out. Probably should. Print that stuff out to a log. But yeah, I don't know. The other thing I don't care for in Final Fantasy is the guild system that they have. I'm not a fan of. They don't call them guilds. What the hell do they call them? I don't remember now. It's been a while. FC. Like, I don't really like that whole system and the caps they put on them and how they regulate them. Because I remember when I was playing,
Fast in the light velocity.
I was with a pretty, a smaller FC, but there was pretty good group of people.
Hull integrity.
And I spent a lot, this was right when the airships came out, I spent a lot of time and resources of my own to make that happen for the FC and get that stuff unlocked, get everything built.
This star is notable, with an unusual
And then life happened and I was gone for like a month. I came back and I was out of the FC. But you can't really blame them because of the way that the whole system works and inactive players, and
refuel.
I don't even understand why the hell that's a thing. In general, anytime a game punishes people for playing and then or life happening, makes you question what the hell is going on. But one bodies. But yeah, I don't even know. I don't know. I don't even know WoW anymore. I say I knew it well. I used to be very knowledgeable about the game. Not necessarily the lore, just the game in general and where you're going and what you're doing and how to do stuff. But they've changed it so damn much anymore. I don't even think it's the same game, is it? That it used to be.
Velocity engaged.
This is your first visit to the system.
Key systems are at optimal levels.
And now they try to coax you into getting like 6-month subscriptions and shit.
Fuel scooping.
That never used to be a thing.
2 out of 17 bodies have been scanned in the system.
I mean, you could. Well, I take that back.
Fuel scooping complete.
Eagle is now at maximum fuel capacity.
How did that work? I'm trying to remember how that worked. Oh, no problem. Thanks for hanging out, Red Eye. I appreciate it. They used to do something where you could get a cheaper monthly. Was it if you paid for it by the year? I think it was. They gave you cheaper monthly. It was something to that effect. But now they like try to coax you into it with, oh, well, get this mount and get this and get that if you do this. Was it? I don't remember what it was. It's been a long time, but yeah, now it's all marketing and I don't know. I don't know. I definitely miss though having a game with purpose anymore. They just really aren't out there. Mountain thing doesn't bother me. You either pay for the 6 months or you don't. Same discount and you get a mount. Well, the reason I think that I have some kind of issue with it is just the I don't know. Maybe it's an illogical or an irrational thing, but because, in my opinion, that game kind of got trashed for the money reason in the first place and poor marketing and money grabs, I feel like that further pushes that agenda, and that's what irritates me about it. I think that's what it is, to be honest. Again, that may be an irrational thing, but I think that's just why it irritates me. Because, you know, a lot of people say, oh, well, you know, I wish we had original this and original that. And people don't realize what an actual trash game that was by today's standards when it first came out. And for a long time, you know, they talk about vanilla WoW and everybody's, oh, we want a vanilla server, we want a vanilla server. That would be so awesome. No, it's not. It's not awesome at all. At the time it was, but things in gaming culture and technology and everything has changed so much since then that it just doesn't make sense to have that kind of game anymore. I liked vanilla. I enjoyed it. I didn't mind it at all. But it was, again, it was a very different time and a very different kind of game than as far as now and what games are like. It just doesn't live up to those standards. Yeah, I don't have much interest in doing it over again for sure. I paid my dues with that. But games like Elite here, the sandbox style, I really like those too. But Elite just right now lacks, to me, it lacks the group content it needs to really push it over the edge. Hopefully that's something that they work towards in the next big update. I played it to level 20 and quit. Went to Eve and didn't come back till Wrath. Yeah. Yeah, I played the game on and off quite a bit. I always had a love-hate relationship with the game though, because I'd played it for so long I knew it very well. And that made it very easy to go back to because I was very comfortable with it. Which may also be part of my problem with Final Fantasy, is that I never played it a lot to be really comfortable with it. And that's why, because of that, I just never really go back to it too much.
Destination confirmed. Arrival in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Most fuel reserves are at 92%, Commander.
Scanning now.
Fuel scooping.
Last main sequence start on your route. And we have, I don't know how many jumps because it's bugged out. 3 bodies. All stars. Yep. Yeah, I remember when I got my wife into playing that game. Because before WoW, she'd only played stuff like Miss Pac-Man. And I played quite a bit of WoW at the time. This has been many years ago. And she always used to get frustrated because, of course, we spend a lot of time playing games like that.
Course adjustment.
And so I got a hunter. I don't remember what it was at the time. I think it was around level 20 or so before you got your pet. Back in the day. And I leveled up a hunter for her and got her a pet. And parked it and showed her how to log into it. And I told her, I said, someday when you're at work, just hop on it and play it. Try it out. That's all it took. She played it ever since. Oh, is this a brand new? It is. I think. Maybe not. And she played it with me forever. Say forever, for a long time. And that made it fun too, you know, when your significant other also enjoys the same stuff.
System scan complete.
But, yeah, I don't know. Who knows? Who knows what tomorrow brings. So now we're at a neutron. So now the idea is going to be to get over here somewhere where these two arms come together so we can get out here and come back at this. And maybe head out that way. Who knows? Who knows what's going to come? But, you know, we've spent almost 4 hours going from right here to right here. So it's quite a commitment. Now we were regular jumping and not neutroning, but right now we're neutroning. Tomorrow brings heat and humidity. What the hell are you talking about? Must have missed part of your internal conversation on that one. You said who knows what tomorrow brings. I see what you did there. But anyway, with that, I think we're going to just wrap this up for today. We got some more exploration done. We finally got out of that dead-end zone we were stuck in and had a hard time getting out of. And now we finally got to our first neutron. So tomorrow, what we're probably going to do is we're going to figure out exactly where we need to get over here to get around. Nice. To get around that whole arm and get back over here, because man, that sucks that we weren't able to get in there, get across those arms from there. Next time, lesson learned. Next time I head out somewhere like that, I will look at those arms. Nice. Yeah, perfect timing. But that's what we're gonna do tomorrow. So I really do appreciate you guys being here, hanging out, being around, chatting with me, talking about whatever. To me, that's what it's all about. And we're gonna keep working on it. We're gonna keep working on the stream, working on the stuff, working on what we're playing and what we're doing. I really appreciate you guys' feedback. I tell you what we are gonna do though, because I haven't been doing this here the past little while. We need to go raid somebody. I really need to get back in the habit of doing that. I wasn't there for a while because we didn't have enough really to worry about it, or we were doing an art stream, didn't really know who to go after. So let's see who's online. And that's another thing too I ran into a lot. It's people I raid. I just send my people to, oh, there we go. That's where we're going. Send the people over to places that don't really acknowledge the raid or handle my viewers in a way that I would. So we are gonna go over and if you know Old Depressed Gamer, then you will also like where we're going. We're gonna go over and check him out and see what he's up to. So I encourage you to join us, tell him we said hi and all that great stuff. And I will see you guys tomorrow for sure, playing some more Elite. So I'll talk to you soon. Thank you.